Kenya, July 2025. A nation the streets are restless, the youth defiant.
Every time we are very peaceful.
And at the very top of the political pyramid, one man sees enemies everywhere.
Ati sasa hawatangojea 2027 ati tupige kura. Ati wanataka kupanga fujo. Ati wapange maandamano. Ati wachome mali ya watu. Ati walete maafa Kenya. Ati ndio wapindue serikali ya Kenya kabla ya 2027. Mimi nataka niwaambie wajaribu. Watajua hawajui.
When a president accuses his former deputy of plotting a coup, Kenya holds its breath. But is this a real threat?
That is a declaration of war in the Republic of Kenya. It is not acceptable. No, enough is enough. Haiwezi kuendelea tena.
President William Ruto, facing the most serious challenge to his rule since taking office in 2022, now claims that unnamed forces, led by his former deputy, are plotting a coup.
Kenya ni nchi ya demokrasia. Hamuwezi kutuambia ya kwamba mnaweza kupanga fujo ati mpindue serikali ya Kenya. Tafuteni vizuri. Sijui kama tunaelewana. I want to tell those characters, the ones who are telling us, giving us lectures, that they can change this administration using using violence, using unlawful means at before 2027. Let them try.
What Interior CS calls an attempted coup, many see as something else entirely, a paranoid deflection from a widespread public discontent.
The security of our nation is stable. Sisi kama inchi wakati huu, we are in a very stable position.
The so-called coup attempt was in reality an eruption of Gen Z-led protest over controversial finance bills and deep economic frustrations. Their chant, one term, and Ruto must go. Their weapon, rage, not rifles. The parallels deepen.
The violent build-up of state repression has brought us to this point.
We want to advise you that the one-term movement is not getting you out of power outside the Constitution. Mr. President, nobody wants to throw you. Nobody wants to overthrow your government. Nobody wants you out of power through unconstitutional means.
Kenya's second president, Daniel Arap Moi, elevated loyalists like Mohamed Mohamud. Ruto has promoted tribesmen like David Keter. Both moves framed as stability measures. Ruto is angling for his kinsman to take over the Kenya Defence Forces. Both moves framed as stability measures. Ruto's pointed accusations target his estranged former deputy Rigathi Gachagua. A man he now paints as the architect of unrest. But is Gachagua orchestrating a coup or simply capitalizing on a political momentum.
Please relax. We want you to serve your one term. Nobody wants you out of government unconstitutionally. Nobody has any plan to overthrow your administration, Mr. President. We want to face you on the ballot in August 2027. So just relax and stop crying wolf that anybody wants you out of office unconstitutionally. There is no leader here who is planning a coup, and none has the capacity, and nobody is interested.
Kenya has seen this movie before. The 1982 coup attempt against President Daniel Arap Moi changed him forever, ushering in an era of surveillance, detention, and paranoia. Just days after accusing opponents of treason, President William Ruto promoted Major General David Kipkemboi Keter, a close ally and tribesman, to lead the Kenya Army. Is it a coincidence or a careful positioning? Crackdowns, curfews, arrests of activists, hallmarks of a state sliding into authoritarianism. Yet, no one has been charged with treason, no weapons recovered, no coup plot unveiled. Is this truly a plot against the president or a plot by the president to suppress dissent?
We must tell ourselves what it is. That is not protest, that is not mandamano. That was an attempted coup, an act of terrorism, a failed attempt to change regime. And we want to tell it as it is, and we are not going to accept.
Power isolated breeds fear. Fear breeds paranoia, and paranoia breeds repression. As Kenya spirals into unrest, Ruto's leadership grows more erratic, his critics louder, his methods harsher. Ruto may be fighting shadows, but the real threat to his presidency may not come from the streets or a coup, but from the ballot box. In the end, a nation must choose between leadership grounded in legitimacy or one gripped by paranoia. Kenya stands at the crossroads once again. Whether the plot is real or imagined, the outcome is identical. Opposition voices silenced, protest criminalized, and power concentrated in one man's inner circle.